everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. Right now we're going to get started and try to be real. Oh yeah, there we go. Uh-oh. Thank you. Okay. We're going to say, well, I hope everybody's doing well, but we want to go with this issue of fruits of the Spirit. Now, this is kind of hard for most people simply because of the fact that you don't understand what a spirit actually does and what the issues are with that spirit. You know, but in our realm, in this realm where, you know, my master and all these things happen, you know, where we get our insight and we understand what's going on, this spirit is here to give us the comfort that we need, the insight that we need. I'd have to say the resolutions that we need, and of course, I'd have to say the confidence in order to do this what I'm doing. Because in this particular area of the fruits of the Spirit, I'm looking at issues of joy, love, peace, patience, charity, and chastity. We're going to talk about those today real briefly because I don't want to take up your time. And as this goes forward, we've got to kind of look around and see if at some point or another here, these issues here are things that we should be looking for, because there's 12 fruits of the Spirit. Now this Spirit, to most of you, is gibberish again. I got it. We've been talking about that all year. But now we're coming to the end of the year, and these issues are becoming more serious as I speak. Because, you know, when you look at joy, love, peace, patience, charity, chastity, you know, and then there's the rest of them that, you know, you really got to kind of look at, you know, whether those are, you know, kindness, modesty, self-control. That's what we're going to talk about in the second time. But, you know, self-control alone has got to be, who does that? Where's that? There is going to be no more self-control. But let's stick with these right here. I'm going to try to get this to you as quickly as possible because, you know, like I said, impatience and one of the things that is within this segment is just too much. Okay, if we look at joy, if most people understand what joy is, that means that you're happy. Like for me, I had joy a lot of times simply because, you know, I had a lot of joy with my parents and my relatives simply because of the fact they taught me things, they made me experience things, you know, and there was all these things that were coming from all around me. And because I was the smallest, the youngest in my family, I had all these people around me. And these people I loved, and they loved me, and they taught me things, and they showed me things. And this was the joy I had, not only just from my family, but from my community, you know, where I grew up. And again, this big issue about my community has now become a major thorn in all of your sides. And you guys are going to hear about this simply because of the fact that, you know, this joy has been disturbed. And the joy that I had as a child, the rest of the children in this world will never find. So let's go to love. And for me, joy is a thing that, you know, stop looking. Because after my relatives died, who is there around me? Where can I go that anybody would even care for me? My own children don't even care for me. You know what I'm saying? They have no place to even let me sleep on the night unless I'm sleeping on the floor somewhere, unless I go and pay them. So where's the joy? None. So let's look at the love. I believe, can't find it. It's a very hard and rare commodity. And for some reason or another, it just doesn't seem to actually work out as we would like it to. And I understand that to a certain extent, simply because of the fact that, you know, we have these images that love is supposed to be, but those images are all wrong. Those are only the positive images that everybody looks at. But when it comes to love, is like what's going to happen now. You really love something, then what are you going to put in to make sure that that love is continued? Are you going to be disturbed? Are you going to be put out? Are you going to be homeless and be in love? No, you're not. You see, in this society and the rest of the world, love means sacrifice. You guys don't know how to do that? I do. I'll take it every time. If somebody loves me, I'll love them. I don't care if I have to sleep in the car. I've done that. I don't care if I have to go to prison. I've done that. And I believe that's the reason why my experiences now predict my future. So we go to this next one called peace. Now, for me, peace, where is it? I don't know where that is, but I do have peace because I have these. I have these in my spirit. I have the peace necessary to go to sleep at night. And even when something is wrong, something happens to me, I can think and I can call on my spirit, my comforter, and say, well, how do I get out of this? How's this going to work for me? Even though it's devastating. Just like the homelessness and all these other things and going to prison, all the things that happen. I sit and I think and I wonder, and my spirit and I begin to communicate. That's another reason for this whole year of communication. Because the training that I got, I would hope that you had, but that's not the case. So, I look at peace as an issue that the Comforter has brought to me. Of course, there's no peace in this world, otherwise we wouldn't have all these problems. If you've noticed lately, I can guarantee you right now, I would be surprised if there is another country that goes in an uproar and we just didn't know about it. It was like, oh my God, I would have never expected that. Would that be like the Netherlands or Switzerland? I shouldn't have said that. But here we go. Patience. Now, this is what I'm learning. Yes. Much patience now. And that patience also has paid off to a certain level simply because that patience also gives me that joy, that love, and that peace. Why? Because now I can take that time to see it, an opportunity, and recognize the chance to have that type of love, or this type of peace, or this type of joy. Because that patience it's an activator to a certain extent. Because once you have some patience, you're like, well, wait a minute. I need to pay attention to what's going on around me. And then I can take a look and see and how this is going to best affect me. In the meantime, I'm quiet. My words are few. I try to communicate as best I can to my ability and to what those people around me may be talking about, not me. I mean, I've done so many things. I've outpaced pretty much everybody. Besides being in the military, going so many places, being with a defense contractor, and doing the type of moving around the country when it comes to moving freight in a Class A vehicle. Are you kidding me? This is like, I should know more, but I do know more, but I don't. But the whole issue is this patience has me in this mode now to where I'm reflecting and I'm understanding. And I do believe, compared to my pattern now, that I may have an opportunity. And I'd like to offer that opportunity, but I don't know how to do that except for saying, I could be a personal type consultant or a concierge or maybe some sort of person that can help you with strategy or some of these other things. And it would probably have to be something that it didn't require a degree, simply because, this learning and this understanding that I do have was gifted. It takes time, but this patience has brought me this gift. So, and here we go. This thing of charity. Oh my God. I was extremely charitable when I was living in my car due to the circumstances with my home. So what I did was, okay, I'll just go ahead and be generous and begin to look at things as they are so I can say, well, I'll help somebody else. My example the other day, I was leaving the airport and I ran into the bathroom, and I was, taking my whiz and everything. But I was listening and all of a sudden there was a guy outside and he was playing Pink Floyd. And I'm like, well, the next thing you know, I'm humming to the song. And I'm like, wow, dude, I recognize that. That was, it was great, man. One slip, man, it was so cool. And I went out there, man, I said, dude, spot on, partner. I gave the dude $5 and I kept it moving. I'm like, I like Pink Floyd, and I kept going, man. It just made me feel good. Got on the tram, I was gone. But the charity in this society now, nil to nothing. And that's according to the amount of money that people are making. Look at the 1 to 8 to 10% people in this country that have so much freaking money. They don't need it, but they need it. So here's the undoing of the country, because no one's saying it, because no one's bringing it to the forefront, because no one is trying to solve this and no one is trying to create another avenue, then you're going to be miserable. Now, that's my purpose, because at some point, again, my patience has brought me this type of peace, joy, love type thing. long suffering, you know what I'm saying? All these things have been done. But the issue is, how does this work for you? Yeah, great for me, but what for you? And you know, like again, I'd like it to happen, but first of all, you got to understand, you're being deceived. Okay, and I keep saying this, I've said this before, because look at the topics. Look at what you've heard. Look at how it's been said. Look at how it's been communicated to you. Does it seem odd? Does it seem insightful? Does it seem maybe at some point that this might be something that could happen for everybody? But yet, I'm not that face. I'm not that I gotta be seen guy. I'm not that, my spirit doesn't tell me that I have to, all I need to do is do this, and then progress from that point. Allow this to do its particular work, and then from that point on, the communication begins to grow and multiply. So the topics are what they are, and those are, again, what you call mindsets. They're what you call mental capacity. They're what goes through my mind. And again, if there is a level of insanity or some sort of disorder, it would be told in every one of these videos. Because at some point, there has to be one particular focus. And I believe that focus was my master, if I understand correctly. This is why I started from the very beginning, was because I felt like I had to do something. I'm doing that now. So my particular charity issue also kind of rolls over into these particular videos, simply because it shows not only my willingness to help, but my understanding to say that the communication is necessary. Just like the dialogues of this race, or these fruits, or these particular segments that come from government, and all the issues that surround us are now being so volatile that the people involved can no longer be trusted. So, the last one, chastity. Don't too many people hear about this because of the female issue. But now, again, in the news, everybody has been pushing themselves on the women. And like I told every woman I've ever met, you women, you sit around here and you try to look as good as you possibly can for a frickin' pedophile. You won't give me the time of day. I don't got to grope you. I'm not even going to say nothing to you until you say something to me. You don't want to talk to me? Bounce. There's plenty of people that's going to grab you, snatch you, probably rape you, and you like it. Why? Because you get in the mirror the next day crying. And you'll put a wig on, you'll spend all the money, but your intelligence level is never surfaced. But here's the problem that you need to understand with this chastity thing. These hoes is walking around you every single day. Don't you think they're spreading their legs for the congressman? Don't you think that bitch would prop them fucking panties up like that? And that's the reason why you are always going to be attacked. Why? Because you do not show the difference. And I'll tell you something again, like I told everybody else. When it comes to security, people like me, we don't have those problems. Why? Look at us. Yeah. Even if it was a black woman, Anita Hill, forget it. This woman got on NPR talking about, I thought that after Anita, are you sick? Are you kidding me? Anita Hill was a punk. Okay? I got some dabs out there that will pull your dick off your body. Most likely bite it off. And that's the reason why you don't mess with black people, Puerto Rican women. You don't do that. You hang around these white broads because that's what they do. Look at all the little interns. Oh, they're so young and tasty. But your old wrinkled up wife is a prude. That's your problem, partner. You Bible belters. But you will, I bet you kick that leg up on that desk, won't you? Don't think it was just, yeah, and guaranteed, gentlemen, it's going to get a whole lot worse. So the issue for me is to say, you need to surrender. This is the end of the end for you. Just like the end of these particular videos. This is the end of the end. And this chastity thing and these fruits of the Spirit, they would help you. But because this is gibberish, and because of the fact that you don't want to learn, and because of the fact that you don't want to change, and you don't want to listen, and you've used the same excuse over and over and over again, these fruits aren't going to help you. They ain't going to do nothing for you. Why? Because you want to be successful in this society. And if I remember correctly, if this world likes you, you are not with me. What he said. You keep playing the game, you act like you're this, or you're a Christian, or you're that. You're lying. Yeah. Stop adorning yourselves, women, and you won't get raped. Wear different shoes. Huh? Aren't you confident in your own body and your mind? No, you're not. You are hoes. You're hoes by the biggest extreme. My sister was attacking and sent her into a mental distress that she right now, like I said before, is the cat lady. Yeah, General Electric. I don't really care. It's too late. Because I can see now, because fragile minds. But here, even if I suggest a security measure for you, and I did earlier, like, well, maybe you should get some black friends that are really big and see if they're ever harassed, or any of the people that they know are harassed, or the women that they know are harassed or groped. Do you think for some reason or another, if you know a tall black man and he's your friend, that senator or even his bodyguard is going to grope you? I don't think so. That's just me though. That's your friend? Yeah. Oh, he and I are friends. So I tell him everything. We're cool. We're like that. We got it like that. Something happened to me, my partner be on him like, look, white on rice. Oh, that kind of fits. But here, minutes down. Don't want to bore you. Fruits of the Spirit, people. God bless. I feel sorry for you women, but because you are so privileged, hey, stick with what you're doing. God bless. Bye.